That's right. Don't cross them.
Don't you dare.
Don't cross them now.
Don't you dare.
Don't you cross those streams.
Don't cross them.
Don't
cross the stream.
Chasing
Streams.
streams. No one cares. Nope. No one's here. No one wants
here.
to see it.
Doesn't matter. Irrelevance. Irrelevance is the word that comes to mind.
Relevance, the word of the day.
Yeah.
Irrelevance.
Zuki rot. Can't even read the bottom. What's the bottom even say? I got to put my arm in the way over here. Because if there's one thing, what does this say? Because there's one thing you can't get back. It's the time it takes for your zucchini to rot. There you go, folks. If you haven't learned something, now I'll be damned if you haven't.
He'll be damned. And
I will
damn
be.
You.
I will. Well, I got all the necessary things.
What's the Zuki rot from, by the way?
Zuki rot? You made it up, I think.
I did.
Well, no, I think we might have both been talking about it I think we talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
And we were talking about I don't even remember.
I feel like it was I feel like it's more I'm so distant from the jokes I've made in the past that they don't feel like they're mine.
As it should be. That's the whole point of the show.
All the best stuff happened yesterday.
We just see this is I think what I'm going to start doing is just listen to an episode per week.
Yeah.
But from the previous year.
There you go.
Where it's like a time machine.
Time capsule.
Takes me right back.
That's what we're doing. We're trying to solidify our place in history.
Just hurling ourselves faster and faster towards death.
Right.
Closer and closer to a sweet release.
God, I just want it to be done.
No, it's almost over. It's almost
over, you guys.
and the best way to get it started is to start the show.
Let's just start it off.
Let's get closer, one day closer to death. That's the.
It's one day closer to getting rid of your responsibilities.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then... Wait! What does that do? Does that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
Bunch of fucking amateurs. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, fuck it, dude.
Let's go bulls.
If you tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay,
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And
that's it. It's who you got today. It's who you've had recently. And it's who you're going to be stuck with.
That's right. Because there's always two Matts.
That's it. I'll tell you, I started watching, believe it or not, Fact or Fiction on Tubi.
Oh, the old school.
They've got it. They've got like 7 or 8 seasons on there.
Really?
It's fantastic. It's been a long time since I've gotten to sit there with our dear Jonathan.
That's all the postulations in that one, right?
All about. And there was an episode that had a story.
Stupid.
Fooled you again.
Gotcha, moron.
You dummy. Gotcha again. It was a guy. I don't even put the damn soundboard. I forgot to even get it set up. It doesn't matter.
We don't need it.
It's just a cheap escape from the silence. This just puts us more focused.
We're making it raw.
Stumble for
We're
words.
doing it raw.
Doing it raw. Yeah.
Do it raw. And unfiltered, uncut.
Do it wrong and unfiltered.
That's right. That's the only way I know. That's the way that's always on my report card.
But there was one. Yeah, that was always. That was really strange. It was a strange grade to get in PE.
Yeah.
Wrong and unfiltered.
Wrong and unfiltered. This boy couldn't even put his pants on his legs.
He needed directions. Luckily, we found some painter's tape. We just put top side, bottom side on there. Yeah, this goes feet this way. Little arrows and stuff. You got to do that sometimes, and you got to label the inside because sometimes you're going through the tunnel and you get lost. You're like, wait a minute, I'm going to need some help. Does AAA cover this? Because I need some assistance, but definitely right away. laundry side assistants. So this guy, he was a radio show host, and I guess was supposed to be like Rush Limbaugh or something like that, because he was like this overweight guy, and he was like really mean to the callers or that kind of thing. I guess it's supposed to be like Howard Stern too, some combination of stuff.
Just a typical asshole being paid to be an asshole for the sake of, I don't know, entertainment, I guess.
So apparently he was traveling around the country at some point, and he had a one-night stand with this woman and ended up getting her pregnant, and he didn't find out until way later, after the kid had died already from something.
But as an infant.
I don't even know. I don't think they didn't even really cover
45?
it. This is how you find out that the kid's dead, because he goes, "You're supposed to not be alive."
Wow.
With a really long hold on him with his hands on his face. I was like, this is some grade A acting here, season 2 of Believe It or Not. Because season 1's not even Jonathan Frakes, or at least the first couple episodes aren't.
It's not?
No.
Oh my God! Well, who could ask?
I forget who the other guy is. Exactly right. Nobody can degrade me due to my choices of already questionable material better than Jonathan Frakes.
Gotcha.
Wrong again.
Nope. Not this time.
Not this time.
I love it. I love when I'm wrong.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
That's my favorite thing about that show is being wrong.
That's it.
Being proven wrong.
And this story wasn't even true. That was the wrong. It wasn't even a real story.
Muster up something. He
walked into like the control room, and he for some reason they have like a plastic jar, like a big plastic jar, like you'd keep like those giant pretzels, like teachers would like get from like the like
big
the
old like barrels.
Yeah, like a barrel of pretzels.
Barrel.
But instead of pretzels inside, it was a giant barrel of pre-opened fortune cookies.
What, pre-opened?
Like they're not in wrappers. They're not individually wrapped. Just loose.
I thought they were all snapped in half. And the fortune's already stolen out.
I just wanted to know what was going to happen last week. I don't care about the cookie part. But no, so first I saw that sitting on the table. I was like, who in the fuck is carrying around a barrel full of unpackaged fortune cookies? First and foremost, they're not going to stay fresh. They're going to get stale like immediately.
I pride the Chinese restaurants on their level of hygiene ever since they've existed, because they're individual wrapped fortune cookies.
All about
no foreign hands have touched them except for the ones that made them.
That's right. All those little Mexican kids. Yep.
So that being them, the fortune cookies, that is, being all smushed together where hands can, and
your hands
impart a bunch of germs.
But more than
searching
that,
for the best fortune.
It's the air. The air gets into the barrel every time you open the lid.
Stale. They get stale.
And that's not it's not like a peanut butter jar. It's like a giant jar. So and like I said, it's plastic. So it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Yeah, I mean, maybe the top 3-4 fortune cookies will be fine. After that, it's going to depreciate pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's like when you buy a car, and as soon as you drive it off the lot,
exactly right. It's over. It's already over.
Value right there.
Yeah, no, you don't have any chances whatsoever for resale.
It's gone.
Kelly Blue Book can go fuck herself.
Kelly Blue Book, she goes, fuck you. I will fucking destroy you.
Yeah,
I'll disown you from this book.
If you don't give them this amount of money, this is going to be it. You don't want to end up like fortune cookies.
They extort you.
So yeah. So he opens up the fortune cookie, and then he's like, this is a dumb fortune. And so he opens up another fortune cookie, and he's like, these are stupid. All the fortunes are the same. And then he like throws the empty cookies and the fortunes on the table, and one of the techs gets up and goes over and looks at him like, they're not the same. And that's like the first of like the supernatural stuff happening. And then there's this kid that keeps calling him back over the airwaves, and he keeps switching lines on the phone. But every time he hangs up on the kid's just on the other line, sort of thing. And then
so he's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, basically that's pretty much. And he like barricades himself inside of the booth.
You'll never get these cookies from me now.
It was a really bad one.
And it was all fake, right?
That was fake. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But there was one where there was a plane, and the plane was parked outside on a landing strip there, and it
It's a Walmart
it's
parking
just
lot.
a Walmart parking lot, and the guy was inside, and before as he's walking away from the plane, they do like this low pan to the ground, and there's this little drip coming from the plane of like this red substance, but really ends up being oil, and so Chris is texting us right now, by the way. Chris is the one interrupting the show.
He is.
He knows we're doing the show. He's not here. And he is automatically assuming that we just have time to answer his questions.
Right, because like
we have responsibilities.
3/5 of the band is me, you, and him.
Yeah.
Who else is he asking? Greg and Tyler?
Yeah,
That's
right.
it.
Exactly.
And you're the one who is asking.
Yeah, exactly right.
Anyways, go on. Sorry.
So he goes inside, he's standing eating something, whatever. Then the plane takes off, starts doing all these crazy maneuvers and stuff. And he's like, hey, isn't that your plane? He's like, hey. And he goes running out, flying all around. And then it crash lands, smashes into the ground. And then they run over to try and pull this guy out of the plane. And nobody's inside. It was the ghost of this guy's dad
ghost
who
of a terrorist.
knew that the oil was dripping out of the plane. And so he took it up into Chris's chaos reigns. He's watching the show too. Chris, I wish I had the goddamn soundboard hooked up. Ruining the damn show.
Yes.
But it was that was real, by the way. That happened. The plane flew itself all around.
Yep. It hit the World Trade Center.
It was bound to happen.
Really,
Season two. Believe it or not, fact or fiction. At the time, it was fiction.
Gotcha.
But Jonathan Frakes was
Didn't
like,
happen.
let's put a pin in this one.
Yet.
I think something might go down here. Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Or did it?
Yet.
Yeah.
I feel like yet is a good qualifier on the end of any of those statements because any of those things could have happened.
I end all my sentences with yet. Whenever I'm making a statement, especially
Dinner's done.
in the derogatory yet. Yeah. Sun's coming up yet.
Yet what?
I saw this morning on the news there was a plane that went down on some train tracks. Did you see this?
Is there like, what is this, like a fucking Transformers Wars?
Basically, yeah. But it was just a little
trains?
like a little biplane came down and it crashed, and so they're like all the medics are around the cockpit. It's like this body cam footage.
Was it Harrison Ford?
Yeah. Yes.
Was there like a bunch was there like a mop and a old
There was a
like a shag rug next to him?
It's all rolled up. Had some tape around it.
Hey, why didn't tell me we were descending so fast? He says it out the corner of his mouth.
He's got a trash can upside down his back. Beep, boop, beep. Shut up, R2.
Shut the fuck up. Call Spielberg right now. Tell him I got a great movie idea.
It's all Star Wars Rogue Maps.
Rogue Maps. I couldn't even see which way was right or left. Anyways, anybody want to take a trip with me?
Anybody know how to fly a plane? I only know how to fly spaceships.
If I can't go in the parsec unit of measurement, then I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't understand all these foot pounds and altitude.
Oh, I know. You stick the hose in the thing, it fills it up with gas. You get up there, you crank it as hard as you can.
And you go.
There you go till you can't go no more.
Because let me tell you, when blood gets all over your windshield, it freezes in space and it comes off real easy. It's like that nice Rain-X stuff for the bugs back home. Just for blood.
Oh my God. How many dead bodies do you think are floating around in Star Wars space?
Like
literally
at
millions.
least 30% of the population in the universe. Because I mean, if the Death Star, when that blew up, that's
bodies
like,
getting injected.
That's
all
massive.
I feel like if you're out in space, shouldn't you be basically like an astronaut? Shouldn't you be wearing some sort of little jetpack to help you like fly you to the next?
It's not a bad idea to have some sort of propulsion, but like this is the thing. Direction in space is a wild concept, but
That's true.
It's whatever down is wherever gravity is pulling you. But the problem is that down changes depending upon where you are.
Right.
How
do you ever get your bearings out there?
That's the hard thing.
You can't.
It
could all be upside down.
I know. Well,
it's all relative.
Because ultimately, if you're looking at an orb, there is no down. It's just in.
Yeah, it's just whatever's beneath your feet at that moment. That's it.
Some wild shit. But so this plane crashes on the train tracks.
Okay.
There's all these rescue guys. They're in there like assessing the pilot to see if he's, that needs a neck
drunk.
brace or whatever, see what's going on. And meanwhile, the body cam footage of the cop who's filming this whole thing, he just reaches his arms in between two of the medics and pushes them apart. And he as if this guy insulted his wife, he just like grabs him by the lapel and he just starts yanking him out of the plane. And I was like, oh shit, what the hell's he doing? They're trying to make, and then as soon as he pulls him back, like completely out of the cockpit, they back up and you hear the train horn go, woo, and it just plows through the whole thing. So they must have been assessing his condition without paying attention to the fucking train that's barreling down the tracks towards all four of them. And so he saw it coming and reached in and pulled this guy out. But that was a hell of a thing. That was cinematic.
That's fucking insane.
It's cinematic. We almost did it on Weird News, but I thought it's too visual. I don't want to do that for them.
Yeah,
but that's definitely one to look up. It's all over the place on the internet there.
This cop just barreling through, and yanking bodies out of planes.
It's like, fuck your traction. You're about to turn into spaghetti. Let's get you out of here.
It's about to emulsify you.
That's
out
right.
He's like, this plane didn't kill you. I'm not going to let another big, large form of transportation take you out.
That's
and if
right.
a boat came flying out,
yep,
then he'd had to really buckle down and go toe to toe with this big old tugboat.
He's got planes, trains, and automobiles. He's got all three.
All of them.
And
there's, they're
going straight down to John Candy Cerberus. He's going to send them straight to hell.
John Candy Mountain.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
John Candy Cerberus. That's right. Forgot about that. Oh man.
Yeah, that was that.
Wouldn't that be fucked up if an ambulance crashed on the way to the hospital? This dude survived the plane crash.
Off a pier. Goes off a bridge.
Goes off a bridge. Ferry goes
and sinks the boat. Everybody dies.
You did not want to travel with this guy that day.
Nope, that's it. That was a big mistake. One you won't make again. We guarantee that.
We can guarantee it.
You only get 3 chances.
Give you 3 chances: sky, land, and sea.
That's right. If you lose on all 3 of them, these are Greek rules. I'm telling you. You got the domain of Zeus, Poseidon. You got the domain of Hades, and we're sending you right on down the line. Welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell. That's it.
You're gonna burn in hell.
So I started watching the new season of The Righteous Gemstones, which that is finally the right adjective. Righteous.
Yeah. Were you misquoting it before?
Yeah, I think I said fabulous or marvelous or something like that, but it's righteous is the word.
Oh, okay.
Eric Roberts is in it. I think they introduced another character or two, but yeah, that's all I could think of the whole time was just him doing best of the best.
A team is not a team if you don't have the soundboard hooked up.
Oh, that is
Apparently.
on the soundboard.
It is, yes.
Damn. We rely on that soundboard a lot, don't we?
We do.
This is starting to
it punctuates
pull the curtain
things.
back a little bit.
Yeah.
We realize that we need that soundboard.
Well, our reflexes have just diminished so much.
I've been consistently dulling my reflexes.
Yeah, I've been working on mine too.
Adamantly.
Been trying to
get slower.
That's right. I'm just wearing more and more layers of clothing.
I'm retarding, if you will.
That's right. You got to do that sometimes. It's the only way you can slow the train down.
It's the only way. Retard. I'm still allowed to use it this way, all right?
This is physics. I'm talking about it in physics.
Fucking pure science
That's right.
now.
The science talk. Science talk.
Science time. Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson's coming on next. He's going to tell us all about the new Kardashian show. He's like super in pop culture. He's like,
yeah.
I love Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He's fantastic. Absolutely. I'm in the middle of masterclass with him right now. Scientific or critical.
What grade?
Critical and scientific thinking. So far, I got a C+.
Really?
There you go. Yep.
Does he grade your papers for you?
He doesn't really grade the papers, but he looks at them. Juan says
he looks at them.
Evening, guys. Eric Roberts and John Goodman. Yeah, John Goodman. Oh man, that you get a little bit of backstory of John Goodman before because he's like the dad. in the show.
Mhm.
So you get a little backstory from before he was a preacher, what he used to do. Like he learned how to, he talks about this at the one point before, so this isn't like a spoiler alert or anything, but he was like a wrestler at one point, like a fake wrestler, like,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Like a professional wrestler.
Yeah,
quote,
just
unquote.
not professionally. And him and Eric Roberts, that's why he comes back into the picture. But yeah, so there's some really good there's a really great moment in that first episode of the second season. Yeah, John Goodman has a good little move
I
there.
need to watch this show. It's got
It's
Danny
good.
McBride.
It's absolutely worth watching.
It's got
It
Eric
really
Roberts.
is. It really is. They
condemnation of religion.
Yep,
I'm all about it.
and that's the beautiful thing too, is its condemnation is through the hypocrisy of the whole thing.
Exactly. The
which is-
televangelist.
It's so perfect. And the best part is because you find out a little bit more about John Goodman's past, and that his past is kind of a little sketchy too, but he's genuine in his old age. Because like whenever somebody talks to him about like needing help with something, he invites them to church. But then there's also this sort of underlying thing of that means that they'll be under his control. So there's like it really is good with the subtext of stuff. It's pretty good. Jeff Garland's up there. Jeff Garland's not in the show, Chris. I don't think.
I think he's.
Why are we even paying attention to you? You're not here. You're not here, Chris.
I think he's saying that about hardest working man in Hollywood.
In
reference to Juan.
I've read everything except the last line.
He and Juan are now having their own private.
That's right. You guys have a good time there. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So that's definitely something that's worth watching. That just came out, I think, on Sunday. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's definitely worth taking in. I'm trying to think if I've seen anything else. I think I did. I think I watched some other movie, but I can't. It's not coming to me right now. But
I watched the entirety of Cobra Kai.
Did you? You finished
this latest season.
Yeah. What'd you think of that?
So it's just a couple of geriatric old men.
There you go.
Okay, so let me point this out real quick. This season, hopefully, is not a spoiler for anybody, and it's in the trailers, I think. But it brings back Terry Silver from Karate Kid 3,
right?
Who I looked up. He is old. He is crotchety. He's hunched over. His neck's craned out like a vulture. His movements are shitty. He always just looks like he's confused about where he ended up at. He doesn't know that whether he's in like they're having like these face-offs in grocery stores and various different places. It's like he's lost. It's like he's got Alzheimer's. This fucking guy is 59 and Ralph Macchio is 60.
There you go.
He is a year younger, playing a character who's like at least 10 or more years older.
Right.
I don't know why this guy is aging extremely quickly, and Ralph Macchio is aging like a sea turtle.
It was all the ladies. That's why. Like they just had different types of ladies coming after them. Yeah, for those 20 years that they really had their fame following them around, and it just wore them down in different ways. I think that's really what it all was.
Made Macchio somehow. He's got like a Dorian Gray painting out there.
He's
still boyish.
I'm not saying that Mr. Miyagi didn't give him Japanese secrets, to
Bukkake?
keep himself young. Well,
Is that what happens?
I'm not saying that
I've never bukkake'd, so I don't know.
yet. No, Ralph Macchio's definitely got some magic going on there because he's got that baby face forever.
I don't understand it. And Johnny, he looks, appropriately aged.
Yeah, I'd say.
I think he's a slightly younger, actually.
Right.
But anyway, so aside from that hilarious little bit of information about how old these fuckers look, like Martin Kove, who plays Kreese, he is so arthritic, and his hands are like little lobster claws.
Yes,
they're like all. There's a part. I mean, Al's are watching it. There's a part where he's like, "I'll take 2 drinks." This guy's little claws, like
little T-Rex claws.
T-Rex hands.
I'll take 2
He
drinks.
can't straighten his fingers out, and he's supposed to be a scary badass. It's so laughably stupid. Aside from that, the show is kind of starting to finally like wrap up some of the things it's been pulling out for like 4 seasons.
Right, of
with
course.
the whole like now he's on this team, now he's on that team.
Yeah.
This kid loves this guy. This kid loves this guy. It's like, all right, come on. Like, can we just get them to a point where they're making progress?
Right. Just start beating the shit out of each other.
Start
Come on.
fighting.
Fight.
Hurry up.
That's what the show is
I'm
about.
here to watch them fight.
I'm not
I want
interested in your
I want
drama.
this soap.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very humorous though, and I will say that it has kept its sense of humor throughout the entirety of the show.
That's good to
So,
hear. That's good to hear.
I
that.
suggest it. If you've been watching, keep watching. That's what I say.
There you go. That's the that's the moral of the story, folks. If you've been watching, keep watching. That's same goes for our show.
If you've been watching it, why are you stopping now?
Yeah.
I get it. I know why.
Yeah. I got it now. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
That's all I've seen lately.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So the only other
I
thing.
want to watch these movies. I want to watch Matrix Resurrection.
Yeah.
Whatever. I've heard it's meh.
It's I have.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Oh,
yeah.
On my HBO Max.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Our HBO
Yes,
Max.
I was going to say.
Excuse me.
I was going to say my tax dollars pay for that. Pay for your subscription.
Everybody just come eat a piece of my body like I'm Jesus.
This is my HBO Max. I give it up for you.
A mystery affair.
Oh man. Yeah, it's it was a decent. It's almost as if they started writing the script for this movie, and they were like, "This movie's going to be a big fuck you to all of the culture and the studios who want to cash in on the nostalgia and all that kind of stuff." And then some studio exec got a hold of the script, and they were like, "Oh, great! You're working on another Matrix movie? Well, let's make sure we hit this beat and this bit and this beat and that bit and get this thing and that thing, and then it'll be a great film." And they're like, "Did you read the script?" I'm like, "No."
Why?
Why do we need to read it? Just make sure they're in there.
We did a Matrix movie before, if you recall, and it needs A, B, C, and D.
That's right. They got to hit these beats. And so because basically there are certain moments where you're like, "Oh, this is a good dig," or "That was a good shot," but then it cuts right back to tropes, and you're thinking the whole time. It
has like a dichotomy sensibility where it doesn't really know what it wants to say. Is that kind of what you're?
It's almost like a stand-up comedian who isn't trying to be funny, but is. It's like this, like
in the movie Joker.
Yeah, right, yeah. Like you're trying to think like, all right, are they doing this on purpose, like tongue in cheek?
Oh, like Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It is kind of that way sometimes. Right. Yeah.
He was like original Adam Sandler.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Who should have faked his own death a long time ago. Fucking why? Instead, he brought us Jack and Jill.
That's right.
And Donkachino.
I'm ready. Donkachino.
Donkachino. I'm Al Pacino. I'm Donkachino. I'll do anything for money. I'm your little monkey. I'll dance all day long.
Go take a nap in my chair at the Golden Globes.
The Golden Corral. Pass me some more beef jerky.
I love taking naps in Ralph's parking lots. Is that Al Pacino? That can't be Al Pacino. Why would he be sleeping in a Ralph's?
With a towel over his eyes. What's he doing back here? Is that Pacino or not? Somebody yell a line out at him.
I'm just going to lay down for a second here. Just need to rest my eyes with this towel.
Pacino's got way more hair than that. No way, man. Not a chance. Somebody get in there and smell him.
Somebody smells like Pacino. I think it might be him.
Does it smell like mahogany and cheap hookers?
With just a hint of pasta sauce. On a lapel or something.
Is that Prego? What is that?
He dabs a little bit behind the ears.
Got a little Prego behind his ears. I really wish I was famous again.
His middle finger in there. He's like, a little bit of back. That's some spice. Some spice for later.
Tasting it again. Every time I think I'm out, they keep pulling me back in to the parking lot.
He opens a Krispy Kreme display. 1, 2,
3, 4. Is that Al Pacino?
I wish.
Is that a Pacino impersonator?
I wish that Al Pacino did like the Bill Murray thing where he just wandered around. He would be so more effective.
Yeah. I feel like he could do an Elvis thing, right? Where Elvis, they say Elvis faked his own death so he could go and live a normal ass life
With Hitler in Argentina, yeah.
Right. Him and his lover, Hitler, and their dog Spunky.
That's right. Man, Spunky Hitler was
Spunky Hitler was a riot.
What a creature. What a creature, I'll tell you.
They just had to get their public personas got too big. They just had to get away. They could live their simple pina colada existence out in the Caribbean.
That's
somewhere.
right. We can't do it like the old fashioned days where you go crazy and smash in somebody's windshield with an umbrella so you can get put in rehab for a couple of weeks just so you can get a break from the paparazzi, and then you just get your own recognizance of yourself, and then you end up posting naked pictures on Instagram all the time. We're not referring to anybody in particular, but definitely not Al Pacino. That's for sure.
No.
Yet.
Yet. It's not me yet. Are you barking?
I wish that Al Pacino interacted on social media the way that some of these other elderly actors do.
Oh my God.
What glorious
the Alzheimer's
content there would be there.
I feel like he could make a clean break if there were Pacino impersonators out there. But why aren't there so many? Why aren't there Pacino impersonators running around? I want to see some.
It beats me. I think that they could pull it off. I think
he is hard to emulate. I think he is very specific. I think he's just always is this cartoon character in all of his movies that he's symbolic for, known for.
Right.
So you're either just doing a version of that, or you're not really doing an Al Pacino what he does.
That's the idea, though. You got to get inside of his head. Yeah, right.
He sits here back here with his stomach all the way up, and his fingers clasped around the belly button.
You gotta get
he's got a back problem and he can never get comfortable in the chair.
You've got to get into his head and his orthopedic shoes
and his Dr. Scholl's. If you could get any good impersonator knows.
That's right.
You got to really step in
it's
the
all
man
about the footwear
in his Dr. Scholl's.
If you're going to embody a star, you got to
walk a mile in his Scholl's. The gel inserts I'm talking about.
My pants have an elastic waistband. I don't like the constriction of a belt.
I'm so uncomfortable.
So much seafood pasta.
I think he just leans that way so if he barfs up, it's like got a little trough right there.
I hate to ruin this. Be my third chair this month.
Yeah, he's a gem. He really is. After he fell asleep at the Golden Globes last year, that did it for me.
He embodies the mentality I have.
That did it for me. And the fact that somebody was off camera trying to wake him up.
Someone trying to run.
Ow, wake up! but the cameras are the microphone is definitely on, so you can't shout at him.
Right.
So they're like trying to throwing Tic Tacs at him. Like, yeah, trying to throw hard candy because he's got jars of that all over the place.
It's one of those. He like opens an eye, picks one up, sticks it in his bag, and he goes back to sleep again. Never go against the family.
I was good in that one.
I know it was you. That was my day. Back in my day, Coppola would come in and tickle your nuts, and he'd say, "Get up on there, do the best performance you ever done in your life. You'll make a classic actor out. I'll make a classic actor out of you yet."
Be a man.
That's fine, Frankie. But just stop touching my balls. That's all I'm asking for.
My voice is fine. I don't need any help.
I'm smoking as fast as I can. Try to make it characteristically gravelly.
You know the rules, Al.
Smoke them up.
Smoke them up. 45 or I gotta touch your balls. It's in the contract. It's on the lease.
It's on the lease. Fuck him quicker. Hurry up!
And we'd have fog machines back then. Just everybody.
CGI.
Whoever's not on screen at that moment needs to be off screen smoking and blowing it into the frame. The closing scene, they go to shut the door as they're going down to kiss the ring. You can't even see them because there's just smoke everywhere. It's like Brigadoon. Is this the fog now? You switch channels at some point?
I didn't want another one of you. You Pacinos. I terminated the pregnancy. You did what? He's trying to smack her, but he can't see through the smoke. It's like
he's clearing the smoke out of the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
I'm just trying to talk to you. Like, where the fuck did you go?
Smacking the shit out.
I swear to God, officer, I just couldn't see.
It's just so smoky.
I'm not mad.
We were trying to be responsible. We were trying to plan our parenting. I was okay with it.
I kept saying Marco, and she just said, "Why do you keep saying that?" She doesn't know the rules of Marco Polo.
Stop!
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. I said, Marco is dead.
That's not how you play the game.
It's so. Our son Marco is dead.
Wow. Oh, wow. We're going to different scenes there.
I don't know. I just don't in every movie all the time.
I was just looking for my mark.
I didn't want him to tickle my balls. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Somebody died.
Somebody died. Yeah.
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. That fucking bothered me a lot more than I thought it was going to.
Why?
I don't know. I really appreciated when I saw Bob Saget stand up for the first time.
Yeah. Because
watching him on like America's Funniest Home Videos and stuff, I always felt like there was some level of like reservation that he was trying to maintain all the time.
It's like his soul was silently dying.
Yeah, because he wanted to like shout all these inappropriate things all the time. And then as social media came to be, it just further proved that, you know, after I saw that stand up, I got that at Walmart one of the Tuesdays that we went. Yeah. And after I watched that, I was like, oh my God, Bob Saget is like a terrible person when it comes to these jokes. This is fantastic. That, you know, all these years growing up in the era that we did, of course, with Full House and everything, that and America's Funniest Home Videos, it was like he was always on the TV, right?
Pretty much.
So yeah, that really sucked that he just. But they said they haven't released the cause of death yet. But the investigators or whatever said that there wasn't any evidence of foul play, and there wasn't any evidence of drugs. So he might have just had, you know, a heart problem or something. You know, they might just had some sort of shit go down
everywhere you look.
Yeah, I'll tell you. But yeah, that was definitely a bummer. And watching everybody, you know, from the show talking about him and everything like that, and just so I really like their general consensus has been to just pretend like he's like on tour still, like he's out there doing shows, just sort of like this state of denial, because their relationships at this point had become kind of satellite since Fuller House is over, has been over and all that stuff, you know, where they used to kind of get together and do guest spots every once in a while, him and John Stamos and all. And Dave Coulier, but yeah, so it really was it sucked that Bob Saget wasn't around, but he was doing a podcast that night that he died. He had just done this big show, and he was talking about how great it was and how he felt like he was a kid again, like a teenager again, doing stand up. Like it just went so well. And that he couldn't wait to do the rest of the tour and all that. But that was it, you know.
I guess he can wait.
That's it. He's going to have to. Yeah.
Everywhere you look. I literally couldn't feel a goddamn thing about it.
Of course not. Yeah.
And it's not like, you know, I don't know what Bob Saget was like as a person whatsoever.
Yeah.
He was on TV.
Yeah.
Okay. He had a crude sense of humor. Me too.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, there's
I
that.
don't know.
I think
I don't care about it. It's not my friend.
I listened to his autobiography that he did, where he was talking about his life and all the shit that he had to deal with, not only like with his career, but also like in his personal life. Like his sister died of scleroderma, and then he started this foundation to research, and then his daughter died of it. He just had like all kinds of terrible shit that happened to him, but he didn't like stop. He just kept going, you know. And it's like fucking Neil Peart.
Everywhere you look.
That's right. Everywhere you look. So, but anyhow, it was good. It was good that he's got this whole catalog of stuff left behind.
Anyways, he did.
Anyways, but yeah, he was doing a podcast too, where he was like interviewing different people. So that's nice. I still haven't dove into that yet, so that gives me a little bit of material. But yeah, you know, that's just life. He was 65, I think.
Retirement age.
Yeah, he was definitely getting up there in age. He was a little bit older than I thought he was. I thought he was in his early 60s, but I mean, he's not wasn't that far past it. But yeah, you know, that's it. That's life. That's life. That's life. And sometimes we all go to Argentina just in lieu of smashing somebody's windshield with an umbrella, I guess. Posting naked pictures of yourself on Instagram. Yet. Weird news time.
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
All right. Juan confirms it. It was 65. That's what I thought. Thank you, Juan.
Yes, and I agree with you, Juan. When John Ritter died was very like shocking because he seemed so young. Do you remember John Ritter? Three's Company.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and a comedian or whatever. He's in a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that was weird. But see, it's strange. Like you do watch some of these people go, and like 65 does seem very young.
Yeah, especially right after Betty White dying at 99.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Quite a difference there.
God damn.
All right, let's see. Let's get all this squared away, folks. Everywhere you look, there's a fight. Somebody wants to fight me.
Come on, fuck y'all. Ah, fuck y'all.
Al Pacino.
Dunkachino.
Dunkachino.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Oh crap.
All right, let's see here. We got to do this. I'm trying to think. We're gonna do this first. We're gonna start the because I have something else to show before weird news. All right.
I wonder if Cubans are offended at his portrayal of
And Al Pacino's?
Yeah.
Probably not. I mean, probably not.
It's classic.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstarter.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used a wheelchair hold me to get the fire off me! Help me, Oprah Winfrey!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The human torch is denied a bankroll. The arsonist has authorship.
And now with this week's weird news, here's
Alrighty. So before we get started on our first story, I have to share something with everyone that I just saw right before we started the show. Hopefully Matt has not seen this yet, so we can get a genuine reaction. But so there's a new TV show coming to ABC. Okay. It's also going to be available on Hulu to stream. And it stars someone that we're familiar with here. But that doesn't make it any...
The Life and Times of DMX.
Any better. Yeah, right. Not quite.
Oh, boy. Here we go. No.
Always good to come to court when you can't lose. This January. In my courtroom, I speak the truth. Tell me what the business arrangement was.
It's pretty much us communicating via Instagram inbox.
Oh, you slid in his DM. The whole truth.
I plead the fifth.
You You can't plead the fifth after you told the story. And nothing but the truth. Let me give you my thoughts on this. You crazy.
Since when is that a crime?
I got a feeling I'm about to hear a whole lot of nonsense, though.
Don't you see how fascinating I am?
This is your daddy's fault.
Just want to get my hoopty whoop.
What is whoopty whoop?
I object.
You can't object because you're not a lawyer.
Papa got a brand new.
Stop all this laughing.
Judge Steve Harvey premieres January 4th on ABC.
There you go.
Why?
Just because life wasn't terrible enough, we've got
Samurai Fusion.
Brought to you by Samurai Fusion. There you go.
Delicious.
So that's
there are so many things wrong with it.
one.
I don't.
Steve Harvey's not a judge.
Steve Harvey has never been a lawyer.
In order to be a
has
judge,
never passed the fucking bar. The only bar he's ever passed is the one at the fucking Golden Corral.
I think that after Gary Busey got his whole spiel going
it's
there,
too much power for him. That's what Andrew said.
it is. It's going to go straight to his teeth,
right to his head, right to his teeth.
It's going to. What a mess is that's going to be. My God. But anyhow, let's get started with weird news proper now. Now that you guys are having some fun with that, let's see here. We're gonna. Oh, I got to share the thing here so you guys can see it for the other people. Here we go, folks. Here we are. Get ready for a bombshell.
Uh-oh.
I know you've asked yourself the question before, where do burritos come from?
I have.
Where did they come from? I'm going to tell you. If you wondered who invented burritos, look no further. The inventor of the burrito is Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il, who created the Tex-Mex dish, according to North Korean state news.
I love it. I always knew it was Korean cuisine, and no one wanted to listen to me.
He came up with it. Deirdre knows this one. Kim Jong-il came up with the idea for wheat wraps, quote unquote, in 2011, shortly before he died from a heart attack.
Oh, well, you know.
Right, on par.
A little bit.
Par,
He's trying to be healthier.
Just in case you didn't realize, he also invented the hamburger, or as they call it in Korea, double bread with meat.
Double bread with meat.
Double bread with meat. That's what I order when I go to McDonald's.
I like a double bread with meat.
Could I have a
please?
Double bread with meat, please?
A double meat with
That's
bread.
what I would like. But the news footage, some North Koreans are seen devouring burritos at a stand, and with a mural of Kim Jong-il smiling in the kitchen where the wraps were being prepared. Now his dictator son's reportedly taken the meticulous interest in the dish. Couldn't tell that at all. And according to local news, he also suggested that his wheat wraps were the best served with hot tea in the winter or mineral water in the summer.
Is this
not a margarita?
No, it's not. That's culturally inappropriate.
Don't be insensitive.
Is North Korea the example of why you need to punch your bullies right in the fucking nose?
Well, yeah, I suppose
because this is like the self-aggrandizement that is on a scale that's unprecedented.
It's no different than any. Well, it is different than. I was going to say it's no different than any other traditional, like was it an oligarch, like monarchs and patriarchs and yeah, that would be the it's similar to that. You know, this whole like holy family bloodline.
Yeah,
shit.
Everything is like listen to me, not anyone else kind of thing.
I mean,
it's like gaslighting on a national list.
Of course, exactly. It's national gaslighting. Yeah, the precise origin of the modern burrito is not known, but we know it certainly came before 2011. Of course, don't tell the North Koreans that. But some believe the 19th century cowboys in northern Mexico came up with it. Another one says that a man sold them during the Mexican Revolution. So there you go.
You know what? And I have not actually investigated this.
Yeah,
considering how much I love burritos.
Neither have I.
I've never really thought to.
Maybe Juan knows. We'll find out. We'll see.
Yeah. What do you say? What'd you say?
What do you say, Juan?
What'd you say, Juan?
When burritos come around, figure see if you know with that one. I'll tell you what else we need to know. Right here, we're going to be right up the street in Newberrytown, Pennsylvania.
Oh no!
Police who pulled over a suspected drunken or drug driver in Pennsylvania discovered a live deer that had apparently been hit and placed in the hatchback area of her car.
What? This is a live deer?
A live deer. The animal was freed after the stop Thursday by Newberry Township, who used to be one of my computer customers. As a matter of fact, I used to fix their computers. The occupants told officers that they realized the deer was still alive, but kept driving anyway. They told the passenger to release the deer. Release this deer!
Let my people go!
So let go of my doe. Which was seen in the video posted with the police struggling as it was carried. The 19-year-old driver is being investigated for suspicion of driving under the influence of alcohol or possibly drugs.
They're just like, is this something? They're fucked up about something.
Gotta be fucked up somehow. They got a whole live deer in here. But this deer's fucked up too.
It sounds like Good Samaritan shit that gone wrong a little bit though. Like maybe they injured the deer. They wanted to take the deer, to go and get it checked out.
I think more likely they hit the deer and then they're like, shit, I gotta get rid. Like they watched I Know What I Did you did last summer. They're like, we got to get rid of the evidence. So like throw it in. We're gonna dump it off at the bridge. So they're just jumping in there and they're driving to a bridge.
I don't think that that's necessarily wrong because we know what happened last week. You don't fuck around with deer.
Nope.
They will impale your chest.
They'll sneak up right behind you like fucking ninjas, right through the chest. Don't even hear them clip clopping.
They'll do it.
That's why Santa's got bells on all his reindeer. None of them are going to sneak up behind him while he's in flagrante delicto with Mrs. Claus. You know what I mean? He's doing the penetration, not the deer. Remember that. Goddamn horny
that,
elves.
Children.
Yeah.
I'm penetrating Miss Claus this year. Not you. And not Blitzen.
Well, I'll tell you
again.
I'll tell you who else is going to be doing a lot of penetrating here. We're going to Virginia now. A lottery ticket placed in a Virginia college student's Christmas stocking by his mother ended up winning him a $1 million prize. Brian Donahue, a math major, told officials that he awoke Christmas morning to find his mother had placed a Bank a Million ticket for December 22nd drawing in his stocking. He checked the numbers from the drawing and discovered he had won the top prize of $1 million after taxes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's 20% of, add 20% to $1 million.
There you go. Keep an eye on this kid because he's the next Jeffrey Bezos, probably. The Virginia lottery.
Got too much hair.
That's right. Yeah. Too much. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
But he does have
how many shirts does he have on? He has like a button-up shirt and a polo shirt and a sweater over top of that.
It's like a floor. What the fuck? I think it's that polo shirt. Well, maybe not. Go on though. I am very intrigued by it.
But it's very secure wherever he's at because there's one of the little beeper things. You got to use your ID to get in and out. Well, he said some of his winnings will go towards paying tuition. The rest of it's going to go towards a sweet new plane that he's going to land right on the train tracks. Right on the tracks.
Virginia lottery. Cross your fingers and hope you don't die.
That's right. Hope you don't die. So here's another person who hopes they don't die before this is all recovered. Treasure hunters who believe we're coming back to Pennsylvania, by the way. Treasure hunters who believe they found a huge cache of fabled Civil War era gold in Pennsylvania are now on the prowl for something as elusive as the buried booty itself. Government records of the FBI's excavation. So we've talked about this on the show once before. We talked about the Civil War gold that's buried and how there's all these different treasure hunters who are out here trying to like track it down. These guys are official. You can tell because they have custom embroidered polo shirts.
Yeah.
Not only with the instructions, finders, keepers, but also their name. And this guy's name is Den. So it looks like he's
Not
from
Dan.
the Finders Keepers Den.
Finders Keepers Den.
I take all the stuff I find and I bring it back to my den.
Yeah,
that's what I do. I just put it in there.
Put it in the den.
I found this hat.
Don't spill the chocolate milk in the den.
I found this mustache. It's great.
This is where I found my whole look.
Well, Finders Keepers filed a federal lawsuit against the Justice Department over its failure to produce documents on the FBI's search of the legendary gold, which took place nearly 4 years ago.
My reaction to this whole story is this guy back here.
No, yes, I know. He really does encapsulate the whole thing. He's like, this is really where we're going to go with this?
These people, I knew were back in Pennsylvania based on how they were dressed.
Straight away. The message sent to the Justice Department seeking comments on the suit, which asked the judge to order the FBI to immediately turn over the records. The FBI has long insisted the March 2018 dig came up, quote unquote, empty, but the agency has consistently stymied the efforts to obtain further information. They claim it has no files about the investigation. Then, after the Justice Department ordered them to move on, the FBI said its records were exempt from public disclosure. And then finally, the treasure hunters appealed. The FBI said it had located 2,400 pages of records and 17 video files that they could potentially turn over, but it would take about a year or so to do. So there you go. Might as well be NASA, never a straight answer. We've got them saying they don't exist because we didn't find anything. Then we don't have to give them to you. And then, all right, here's 2,400 pages and 17 videos. There you go, FBI. From the onset, it seems the FBI is doing everything it can to avoid answering the question and whether they actually found the gold. So there you go. That's it, folks. The FBI we thought that Fort Knox was empty. Not anymore. Not since 2014 or 18 when they dug up this Civil War gold. Now our money's finally backed by real gold again.
I am so glad because I've been concerned about that for quite some time.
I'm always thinking about
the price
gold.
of gold's going up. I'll tell you what, man. In these uncertain times, I only ever invest.
I've turned all my money to gold.
Rosalind Capital.
Gold. Just give me a little piece of paper that says how many pieces of gold that I have, and then I know I'll feel safe.
Do you remember me from the show MASH? I would like for you to get a reverse mortgage on your house. I wouldn't tell you it was bad if it wasn't bad. Actually, this is in the real commercial. It's the guy Tom Selleck from Magnum PI.
Yes,
and he's pleading on here like this is the most inappropriate shit I've ever seen.
Please buy gold.
No, he's not trying to get you to buy gold. He wants old people to get reverse mortgages on their houses.
Yeah,
and he's like, if this was a scam,
yeah,
I wouldn't be doing this.
Right.
It's just money you can get that you need now
just
for
like
your
the
home.
check that I've received for doing this commercial.
What happens in a reverse mortgage is if you don't pay that month,
right,
you forfeit your entire fucking property.
Absolutely right.
Why would you tell old people to do that unless you were predatory?
That's because Tom Selleck's going to outlive all of them. He's got this giant check from Rosalind Capital now.
The mustache has got a mind of his own. It's a Selleck meat puppet on the end of a bunch of fucking thoughtful hairs. It's a collaboration. It's a collective of mind-altering hairs.
Nothing like conscious facial hair to direct your financial investments.
Please, no one ever get a reverse mortgage on your home.
Don't do a reverse mortgage
don't.
Unless you have no
if
heirs.
You need money
and you're terminal.
You are not going to be able to pay one of those months if you need money that bad.
That's the idea.
No, you're not.
That's the pawn idea. It's like if you need the money that bad, you're not going to be able to pay it back with interest.
How?
Yeah.
Anyways, go on.
Well, speaking of going on, 2 officers with the LAPD were fired for ignoring a robbery in process to play Pokemon Go. According to recent release court documents.
Doing what God intended. Playing Pokemon Go in the city.
Fuck that call. Somebody else will get it. I gotta catch this Pidgeot.
Money comes and goes, but
this
Pidgeot don't.
This bitch is right in the middle of the highway.
I don't stop him no more.
Yeah. So he's going to get hurt. I got to rescue him. It's my job. Protect and serve. Protect and serve. It's right on the car. The digital in-car video.
Catch them all. I took an oath.
Yeah, come on now. I respect
to be the very best.
I don't know about you, but I respect my oath to be the best there ever was. To catch them all is my cause. The multiple counts of misconduct, which have been in part been based on the recordings of them in the car themselves. The digital in-car video system recorded that captured them willfully abdicating their duty to assist a commanding officer's response to a robbery in progress and playing Pokemon mobile game while on duty.
They're doing a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man right there.
Absolutely.
Not my problem.
No, sorry about that. Sorry.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Hope somebody can help you with that.
I got a Charizard who's running rampant all over the city.
I gotta go back.
Catch him.
I gotta go back to this little Dunkin' Donuts down the street. That's one of the gyms, one of the trainer gyms. I gotta get my levels up here. Gotta get that sparkly Pikachu. It's worth a lot.
By the way,
trade it to one of my friends.
If I was a cop, this would be the thing.
You're driving around all day. Why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you make some progress there, some purpose?
Hell yeah.
Instead of responding to the call, Lozano and Mitchell, who were commanding officers, spotted in their police car, tucked back in an alley just a few feet away, started to back up down the alley away from the robbery.
Pidgey's running that way. Go, 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 go. Did that guy did he just rob them? No, no.
It doesn't matter. I'm about to get robbed if this fucking Pokeball doesn't stick. I spent $5 on this shit.
I'll tell you who robbed me.
This is
Japan.
real money. And I just saw the money I got. I put the rest in Roslyn Capital. I gotta catch this pigeon.
It's inflation proof.
During the period, the men were caught 2 rare Pokemon, a Snorlax and a Togetic. Yeah, although it's not clear whether the suspects in the robbery were apprehended by their colleagues.
You think you got away with robbery today? I got a Snorlax, a Pikachu, a Jikachu, and a Pikalaka.
This is great because they basically took the transcript from the video. It's great. So the video recorded Mitchell exclaiming, "Got him!" after catching the Snorlax, and then saying, "Don't run away! Don't run away! Don't run away!" Well, Lozano described how he buried it in an ultra ball, or buried it and ultra balled it to the other Pokemon. The guys are going to be so jealous, he later said, before remarking, "I got you a new Pokemon today, dude."
I love these cops.
Like 13-year-olds.
I love these guys.
This is great. The men's appeal against termination of their employment was denied, and they were also found to have lied about missing the radio call for the robbery in progress.
Just so you didn't hear it. Too much Pokemon Go happened.
Just so you know. Just so you know.
I love these cops. They're great. It's insured money. It's not like what
Right.
harm is it? It's
Right.
same principle as Bonnie and Clyde. Let them rob it. It's FDIC insured.
Just go for it. Just go for it. Have a good time.
Yeah.
But researchers have estimated that Pokemon Go players caused up to $7.3 billion in costs across the United States.
Oh, so this isn't the only time
No.
that people have been disparaged?
The study is
financially?
titled "Death by Pokemon Go," blames 2 deaths on the game and found it caused an increase in car accidents.
Well,
there you go.
You can't trust people with anything.
No, that's true.
Not even something fun.
Don't give them the option unless it's a reverse mortgage or Roslyn Capital Gold. Then you're fine. Then Tom Selleck's going to guide you along the way.
Kind of scam,
right?
He'd never.
Why would he be
tell
doing
you to do it?
Why would he be telling you to do it? That's the deeper question.
What do you think I am? Some kind of cheat?
Yeah, come on now. Look at my mustache. People with mustaches don't lie. All right. Speaking of mustaches, World War II, a World War II soldier's letter home was delivered to his Massachusetts wife 76 years after it was mailed from Germany.
Is the mail just finally getting around to doing their 100?
It's just finally happening
year
here.
fucking turnaround? Because this just happened last week too.
Yes, I know.
What the fuck?
It continues. The U.S. Postal Service said that the letter to his mother turned up in late December at a processing and distribution facility in Pennsylvania, once again, sparking a search for the U.S. Army sergeant's family. The mother, who is the intended recipient of the 22-year-old's letter, was found to be long dead.
Oh, no wonder.
Gonsalves, who's the guy who wrote the letter there, died in 2015.
Wait. What?
Basically, the guy's mother was supposed to receive the letter.
Okay.
The guy's father is the person who wrote the letter to the mother. The mother is dead, and the father is long dead too.
You said in 2015 he died.
Yeah, he died in 2015.
How do you go from Civil War era?
No, not Civil War, World War II.
Oh, World War II.
Yeah. 76 years ago. This guy wrote this. Got to cross that off the notes there. But they were able to find Jean, the daughter, Jean, the sergeant's widow, living in Massachusetts. They said that they received the 76-year-old letter, reading her late husband's words from a time before they had even met was emotional. Before she died, she commented, "I love it. I love it. when I think it's all his words. I can't believe it. It's wonderful. It feels like I have him here with me now.
Did she die right after reading it?
Apparently, it was too much for her to handle.
Well, that sentence said before she died, she recalled.
Yeah. But
Did
no,
she
she commented on it. Yeah, she died not that long ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
If they were like a week later, they would have fucking never got.
That's it. That's right.
Anybody.
Right on time. The letter arrived with a handwritten note from the United States Postal Service. Said, "We're uncertain where this letter has been for the past 7+ decades, but it arrived to our facility approximately 6 weeks ago." So even that is forever.
Do you think that there's some sort of like secret vigilante mail carrier out here who's like finding these lost letters?
Yep.
And putting them into post offices?
I think it's the guy from Back to the Future Part 2. I think that postman who delivered Doc's message to Marty. Yeah. This is all he's been doing. After the movie, he was like, this really turned me on. I got hard because of this. I got hard from delivering these old letters.
I got super aroused. I'm pitching a 10 over here.
There might be maybe some spores on here, like some old mold or something like that that's interacting with my cardiovascular system. But all I know is I'm rock hard and I got some old fucking letters to deliver. Fuck my comedy career.
I want the real thing.
That's right.
The real thing. I know this was scripted, but I gotta find them. It's not good enough for me yet.
I'm taking tombstone rubbings, whatever it takes. I just need to be able to deliver these things. Got to get them where they belong, folks. Get them where they belong.
Be old.
Yeah, that's right. It's got to be old. Everybody's got to be dead, and I'm going to feel great. I'm going to feel great because I've got priapism now. Maybe I should have put some of this time into working for Roslyn Capital.
I would have just invested my money. Maybe if I can, I'll get a reverse mortgage on my house to pay my medical bills.
Maybe then everything will finally iron itself out and we'll be fine.
It'll all line up finally.
It'll all be okay. And we're going to make it okay for all of you by seeing you next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt. And that's it, folks.
Get out of here.
We did another one.
We did one more.
We're coming. This is what, the second one of the new year, I think? Something like that.
That's true.
Yeah, so we're coming down the line. We'll be going soon enough.
We'll all be gone one day.
That's right.
Just like the old lady who got that message 76 years too late.
Right before she died.
It wasn't even just her. Right before she died. Could you imagine having to wait? I mean,
yep.
Like at that point, why deliver it at all?
Yeah, I guess that's a good question.
Is there somebody
we'll have to find out.
The Postmaster General must have this high integrity. This
Tom
high
Selleck
level
might
of
know.
integrity. I trust every word out of his mouth. I know he'd never say anything to hurt me.
Never, ever.
Not for a predatory or organization or anything like that.
No, not for anybody who for the past few weeks has been in the news for doing their jobs very poorly. But then again, at least they weren't doing Pokemon Go yet.
I can't say anything. You have to end it on the yet. We had to end on yet. Did we even talk about that on the show? I don't remember.
I don't remember if we introduced it or not.
I think we talked about it on the stream at least.
Yeah,
if anyone was with us during
the live people. I think there was somebody, but I don't remember.
We're live.
Live from New York is Tuesday night. Or Old York, whatever.
Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? All right, internet people, thank you very much. We love you dearly, and I guess we'll see you next week.
Good job, team.
Good job. We did it. We made it through another one. We only have 5,234,675,999 to go. Juan's keeping track for us. Start your countdown clocks, folks.
It's our contract.
Start the countdown clocks.
That's
It's on the lease.
It's on the lease.